Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you're having a good day today. This video is an introduction to energy. In later videos, we will talk about the equations of energy and how physics records this. But here, we will talk about different types of energy. We must start, though, with a bigger point that energy is actually all there is. We have to remember that everything in the universe is energy. Everything. Physics describes energy as an ability to do work and change things. This works okay, but we see the world that way because we, as human beings, take all of our experiences of the world through change. Let's list some of the different types of energy now, but notice how it is sometimes difficult to draw a line between different types of energy. First, we'll quickly list all the different types we will go through, but there may be other types you can think of. Kinetic energy is energy due to the movement of objects. Potential energy is energy that's stored in the position or shape of an object. Sound energy moves in waves through a substance. And thermal energy is energy in the movement of molecules of a substance. Electrical energy is energy found in the movement of charged particles. And chemical energy is energy in a change in chemical bonds of a substance. Radiant energy is energy that also travels in waves, but this can move even through empty space. Nuclear energy is energy that's found between the particles in the atomic nucleus. Mass, yes, even just mass, is another form of energy. And finally, there is dark energy, which is something very mysterious that we don't understand. So, to start with, kinetic energy is energy of moving objects. When an object is moving, it can affect another object. This is kinetic energy being passed on. Here you can see a ball with kinetic energy passing some of that energy on to another ball. The mass of objects is also important in how much kinetic energy they carry. Potential energy is stored energy, and we usually think of two different types. Gravitational potential energy is energy stored by being lifted up. Like this cup on a table, it loses potential energy when it falls to the floor. Elastic potential energy is energy stored by changing shape. This elastic band gains potential energy when it is stretched, but when released, that energy is also released as kinetic energy. Sound energy is a wave that moves through air or other substances. It's really the kinetic energy of moving matter, but we think of it as different because we can naturally detect it. Humans do not think in molecules, we just experience sound. When the cup falls off the table, it gains kinetic energy, and some of that kinetic energy is lost as sound when it hits the floor and vibrates the air molecules around it. Likewise, thermal energy is what we feel as heat. Again, it's really just kinetic energy of all the molecules. In a hot substance, molecules move much faster, but humans don't think in molecules and we just experience heat. This coffee tumbler does not let heat out very well, but when the coffee is poured into a cup, the molecules of the coffee excite the molecules of the cup, which then excite the molecules of my hand, which I feel as heat. Electrical energy is the movement of charge. When charge moves through different things, it can change into other types of energy, and that's what we use as electricity. Here I have a simple electromagnet. It is exactly what you see, a wire coiled around a bolt. When I connect the wire to the battery, the electrical energy moving through the coil makes a magnetic force coming from the bolt. Chemical energy changes when materials react and change into other compounds. Energy is stored in chemical bonds between atoms. Inside this battery is chemical energy. When I connect the battery to the electromagnet, it starts to change into electrical energy that makes the magnet work. Here is another common chemical reaction. The sodium bicarbonate reacts with acetic acid to produce water, carbon dioxide, and sodium acetate. Radiant energy is also called electromagnetic radiation. It is energy that travels as a wave in space. There are many types of radiation, from radio waves and Wi-Fi all the way up to high-energy nuclear radiation. But one that we all know about is visible light, which can travel through space. This torch takes chemical energy from its battery, turns it into electrical energy, which is then turned into light energy in the torch or the laser pointer. Nuclear energy is the energy that is stored in holding together the nucleus of atoms. Changing the nucleus changes an element into another kind of element and releases large amounts of energy by doing this. It's important to remember this is not the same as chemical energy, even if it feels similar. Chemical energy is used in changing compounds. Nuclear energy is used in changing elements. Mass is also a form of energy. Just stuff sitting there doing nothing. That's energy. Mass and energy were combined by Albert Einstein in his famous equation E equals mc squared. Mass is the actual atoms of stuff and not the energy that holds it together, which is chemical or nuclear energy. Dark energy is something we don't understand very well. Cosmologists and astronomers have measured it, but they just don't know where it is or what it is. Our small understanding of dark energy comes from the way we understand how the universe seems to be expanding, but we really don't know much more than it seems to be out there. And that is our video on the different types of energy. If you are worried you still don't know exactly what energy is apart from these different forms, then don't worry. We don't really know what energy is exactly anyway. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave us a like or a comment, and please say if you would like a follow-up into more of the physics of energy. Please also subscribe to my EP to check out some of our science videos. Don't ring the bell though, you already get enough notifications from YouTube. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.